Welcome to the 44th tutorial of Python. In this video, we will be broadening our knowledge about strings by introducing a new technique known as string methods. So let's dive deep into string methods. String methods are built-in functions tied to string objects. You can add them by adding a dot after every single string variable. These methods don't change the original string. They just return a new version. That's because, as we discussed before, strings are immutable in Python. In this code over here, we have the variable text is equal to the string hello. Now we want to print the lowercase version of this text. So we print text.lower. This lower function converts the hello which starts with a capital H into hello that starts with a small h. Now you must be thinking, the value of text has changed. But the truth is, it hasn't. If I were to print text again, print text, we would not get hello with a small h, but instead you would get capital H again. But how did this change even happen? I not even declare text to be hello again. This is because the lower stores the value of text or lower in a different memory space. Therefore, this shows us that strings are immutable. It gives you a lowercase version, but it does not touch the original text. Let's start with something super practical, cleaning up extra spaces. When you copy data from a website or a file, sometimes you can notice this weird blank space. So how can you do the same thing in Python but remove it? This is where the dot strip dot strip method comes in. We have raw is equal to Python is fun. But in front of Python and at the end of Python is fun, you can see a bunch of white spaces at the start and the end. Now you want to remove all of this white space. This is why you'll use the strip method. The strip method removes all the spaces at the start and the end. So when we run this code, as you can see, it shows us Python is fun. But what about the else strip? Else strip removes the spaces at the left side. So if we scroll down here, you can see that all the spaces towards the left are removed. What about R strip? R strip removes all the spaces on the right side. So what? So when there were spaces over here, these would move and only these spaces exist. That's why the output comes up as this. Now let's talk about something about making text consistent. Let's say you're checking if a name is equal to your name, but the user types it in all the caps. Sometimes the user types it in only lowercase, or sometimes the user types it in a quite jumbled way. So the computer will get confused and it won't give a proper output. That is why we have lower and upper. We already saw lower before, where it converts the whole string into a lowercase one, giving us Saram with only lowercase letters. But this is where we look at its contrary, the upper method. So when you learn the upper method, as you can see, it converts every single character in the string into an uppercase letter. Now, as you can see over here, the user input is equal to input, type yes to continue. Now, if the user were to type yes with capital letters, yes with small letters, yes with cap letters mixed with small letters, as we said before, the computer will get confused. But how can you normalize both sides of the comparison so you prevent errors caused by the casing? This is why we use the dot lower or dot upper function. So user input is equal to input, type yes to continue. So if the user types anything, it'll convert it into a dot lower form. Therefore, whatever the user types, it'll always be in the lowercase form. And if this lowercase form is equal to yes, then only will it print continuing. So I run it. If I type yes in all caps, it will show us continuing in the output. When I run it again, and this time I put capital Y, a small e, and a capital S, it'll still run. And for simple, if I just keep all small case letters and then run it, it'll still print continue. But what if I kept one as, what if I just changed it? What if I just put no? Then when we run it, as you can see, the code outputs nothing because it realizes that whatever the user input was, it was not equal to yes. Let's say you're displaying names or titles. Python offers a few ways to make your strings look really polished and look ready for to be on a book title or a document title, etc. So for these uses, we have the capitalize method and the title method. Over here, we have a pretty boring title, not looking that good, and it looks pretty shabby. Python is awesome. Now, you want to make this look like a proper title. Now, this is where the capitalize function comes in. The capitalize method makes the first letter uppercase and the rest lowercase. So, if we check the capitalize output, which I put over here, we only get the P as the capital letter. But what if you wanted the starting letter of every single word to be capital? That's when you will use the title method. The title method capitalizes every word in the string. So when we run this code, we can see Python is awesome with the capitalize method only capitalizing the P, and Python is awesome with P, I, and A both get P, I, and A. All of them are going to get capitalized by the title method. Now, let's do a quick combo of everything we learned over here. Messy is equal to hello, my name is Sairam. As you can see, this string is pretty messed up with spaces at the start, mixed up cases, and wrong capitalization. So how can we make this into a proper clean string? So we can make this by doing this. Clean. So we want to clean up the whole messy string. So we take the messy string, and first what we want to do is to strip all the spaces at the end and at the beginning. So the strip removes all the spaces. Now we want to capitalize the things properly. So we'll put lower, which makes all of them into lowercase, and then we only want the first letter to be capitalized. So therefore you put the capitalized method. And now when we print the clean, as you can see, it's a proper output. Hello, my name is Sairam. Compared to this, which is quite very messy. If this video helped you understand how you can use strings to their finest, make sure to subscribe and like the video for the part 2 on string methods.